Yeah, fam. We back, baby. What's good? Now, I told y'all last video it was time to get back busy, but I don't know if y'all been going through or we been going through down here in Texas, baby. I'm talking about that rain just would not stop. After we did that last load, it's been raining every day since. I'm talking about, y'all could even look at some of this stuff on TikTok, man. They was posting San Antonio, Houston, and flooding in Dallas. Man, it's been coming down. And all the lows that I was seeing was telling me to go towards the flood. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll explain all that when we get to going, because we finna dead here right quick. We gotta go get this load. You know your boy, I'm gonna go get it. I can't just sit here. We've been sitting all week and it's time to get back busy, and I did not feel like waiting till Monday and sitting around Monday morning trying to find something out of here. So your boy found something to get us going, but I gotta go get it. So it's time to go get it. Right, it's early in the morning, man. It's not really night driving, it's early morning driving. But we got to go. It's already 3:35 and I got to get to moving. Just sit back, baby. I'll let you ride me to go pick it up, and I'll let you know when we get there where we going and all that. What we got in store, but give me just a second. Fam, we here, but I gotta go through a gate on the base. So let me get through the gate, and once we get picked up, I'll tap back in with you. Give me a second. What's in there? I know, right? What's inside of it? Okay, top secret squirrel. I got it. All right, fam. We loaded, baby. We loaded. Nah, nothing to it. Light work, that little bitty thing. I had to wait a few minutes to get it, but we done. It's time to get up out of here, baby. We are about to head 570 miles over the old Fort Bliss, you know, out there in El Paso. We currently in well, technically, we're in Fort Hood. Well, Fort Cavazos. No Fort Hood. Let's have a quick history lesson. We like teaching over here. Boy, I swear to goodness. So originally, Fort Hood, as you knew all these years, everybody know Fort Hood. That was named after a Confederate general by the name of John Hood. I'm sorry, John Hood. Confederate General John Hood. Then a couple years ago, you know, all the back and forth when they was talking about what bases was this and that because of different way people felt about the person that the base was named after. So they named it to Fort Cavazos, after General Richard Cavazos. By the way, is a Texas native. And he got the Medal of Honor. I like that. But now, that was a couple years ago. Now they're changing it back. They probably already changed it. I don't know. I have to look that up. Now they're rechanging it back to Fort Hood, but not after the Confederate general. Now it's being changed to Fort Hood after, what's that guy's name? It's a Colonel Robert Hood. So it's all these different names. Colonel John Hood is John B. Hood and Robert B. Hood. World War I veteran. Yeah, yep. And he got what medal did he get? Distinguished Service Cross. Yeah, Distinguished Service. Hey, don't ask me why I be knowing this military stuff. I just remembered. Who knows? It just might be the military brain. But yeah, Fort Hood, Cavazos, Fort Hood. I don't know if it changed back over to Fort Hood yet. But either way it go, we got the pallet. It's time to get the rolling. We got 570 miles to go to get on over here to Fort Bliss. I don't know if we're going to make it today. I know we lose the hour when we go back towards El Paso, so who knows? Your boy might get lucky. They said drop off tomorrow, but I'm about to skedaddle, baby, and get up off these roads. You know, Mr. Get It there. I already got it. I came and got it. Now I got to get it there. So give me a second, fam. Don't worry. You going to get the ride with your boy. I don't even know what we're going to talk about because I already gave you a history lesson. But yeah, fam, let me get up this road, man. I do know what we're talking about, don't I? I don't know why I even told you that because I thought about it here and it just popped back in my mind. So that must be the message we got to talk about today. We already We just kind of started talking about it, just talking about it right then. Don't worry, let me get off the road. I'll tell you about all that when I get to going. I'm going to tap back in with you. Alright fam, it's time to get to work, baby. Yeah, we already here. We relaxed. We not got us some good sleep. We got in yesterday about 4 o'clock. You know, I wasn't in no rush. I told you, wasn't tripping. They said we got to drop it off the next day anyway, and the drop off, I think the time was up to 3 o'clock yesterday. Either way, I wasn't in no rush. I wasn't tripping. We already here. So now we finna go drop this thing off. So we finna go and get up this road, go a couple miles, get this thing up out of here. Tell you what we gonna get into, because I know one thing. Your boy is hungry. It's time to get some breakfast. So I need to go and get it up out of here so I can get back to this hotel and get some food. So give me a second. We gonna go ahead and get over to this base, drop it off, and we gonna get to chit-chatting just a little bit, but give me a second, fam. Alright fam, we've been finished with the load, but I told you I was hungry. I came back, I ate, and then I just sat in the hotel. So now I'm checked out the hotel because we're about to get up out of here, but we gotta go and get this talk out the way. This might be like a second video. This gonna be one video, but I got something that's gonna kind of piggyback off of this. So when you see the second one, you're gonna probably see me in the same clothes, because I'm gonna sit right here and give you the second one, because it don't go with what's I'm about to explain in this video. It go in a whole separate video, so it's gonna be in the next video. But anyway, this load is done. You know, we went to 570 miles, left up out of Fort Cavazos, Fort Hood. Y'all should have already done the research by now. And we came up to Fort Bliss, Army base to Army base, 570 miles. They paid your boy $1 a mile. Yep, 575 is what we got. Now, part of this conversation that we about to have is a little bit more explanation. Because this was like my final piece of the research for what I'm about to tell you and what I'm gonna explain in the next video. So it's one of them things. I've always one of those people. I told y'all this before. I build off of good and bad. When people see bad, I'm gonna find the positive. Kind of like, you know how they say breaking generational curses. Like, I'm one of those people. I know the curses might seem bad to some, but I'm building on generational curses, not breaking it. Because I'm gonna find what the issue was, because I'm one of them. I told you, I go down rabbit holes till I get to the root cause of the problem, and then I build back up from there. Because that problem was made for something else that had nothing to do with me, but now it's my duty to build on it and solve the problem. So that's how I am. And so yes, we took this load. I already told y'all I got my imaginary line. We'll discuss that in the next video. But I had to test it out one more time coming out to El Paso. Because from here, I can do the 450 and see all the way over to Phoenix and Tucson and all that. I already told you, boy, I ain't got no reason to go back to Cali because gas prices eliminate the money that I prefer to make. Remember, I told you, know your CPM, your COL, all that stuff. For what we're doing over here, it's not beneficial for me unless they just give me some crazy, amazing load to go back out there. I ain't got a reason to go out there because the cost of gas just don't make it worth what I need. Out there, you're gonna need about $1.25 to $1.50 depending on the CPM COL. I haven't broke it down to exacts, but $1.25, $1.50 to even run the same numbers we're running now, to take them and pick them up in Cali. That's what you got to do. And I ain't going to do that because then I got to find $1.25, $1.50 a load, and the brokers don't want to do that. And the reason I know that is because I've been doing research with the broker. I told you, I talked to shippers, receivers, I talked to everybody. And I've come up to It's not every load. It's not every. It's a majority. It's a majority of the ones I've run. If you got something different going on out there, fam, I applaud you. This is just my research, my opinion, my research, what I've seen dealing with the brokers I deal with. It's like a 2/3 rule. Remember, we was trying to figure out what the brokers be getting, how much money they keeping, and how, because they're not transparent at all. But if you look at enough paperwork, you talk to enough brokers. Remember, we always market researching around here and analyzing data. That's what I do. It's like a 2/3 approach. The brokers have been, from what I'm dealing with, keep about 1/3 of the money, and they give you 2/3 of the money. For example, this load right here, on the paperwork, and talk to verify, they got paid $810 for this load, $810. They gave your boy $575. But also on that paperwork, it had an estimated fuel charge to take this load of $60. So let's just say $870. They got paid $870 for this load. They gave us $575. This has happened on a couple of different loads. I just had to do a little bit more research to make sure I was getting the same amount. It gives a tank. I'm saying 2/3 because that 2/3 can range from 60 cents to 70 cents. And if you break down the dollar, you know it's 30, 30, 30, 33, 33, 33 is 99. We got that. I'm giving you guesstimates. I told you I round up around here. So we're getting anywhere between 66 to 70% of what the shipper is paying for that load. A good way to look at it this way. Say you're going, I don't know, let's just do it easy. Let's stick the number simple. Let's just say 100. If you're going 100 miles, even though we know this is not the truth, we're just using this number for a breakdown. Y'all can add your old numbers up. I didn't come up with a formula because I was working on stuff for the next video. Say you got $1,000 load. I mean, the shipper is sending something $1,000. They're paying for it. If they're paying $1,000, you most likely, the broker's gonna try and give it to you for no more than $650 to $700, $600 to $700, and they want to keep $300. If that makes sense. So $1,000. If a shipper pays $1,000 to send something somewhere, don't know the mileage. I'm just using dollars. $1,000 to send something somewhere, that broker's gonna try to keep about 30%, maybe more if you let them. They put it on there for more, to keep more. I'll give you an example. Found out, if y'all know the U-boxes, because I kept seeing them, so I just would randomly call people, and I would talk to different drivers, find out different, because I told you I communicate with everybody. U-boxes are normally ranging around for, like, say, a 1,000-mile trip. They're normally ranging about $3 a mile. But when they put them on the board, as you see, they put them up there for like pennies on the dollar, because as it gets closer, that's when it goes up in price. Because the U-box is somebody shipping their stuff. So by the time it gets to where it needs to be, they want to give it to like $1,000, $2,000. They're trying to keep at least 1,000 of that 3,000, if that makes sense. If not, I try and get. I'm still catching up on comments, but I get to the comment if it's not making sense. So $870 for this load is what they got. I'm assuming that they got the $60 fuel charge that they said it would possibly cost. So say they got the $870 for the 570 miles. I think when I did the math, I think it came out to $1.52 or $1.51 a mile. But as you see, they only gave me $1. So I got 2/3 of the money. They got 1/3 of the money. You know what I'm saying? So that's about where we're at right now. How we gonna break that? I don't know. That ain't on my job to figure out. Y'all can go out there and figure it out all y'all want to. That was for me, and I'm sharing y'all because we on this journey together. I'm just sharing what I'm learning, and I'm giving it to y'all. So that was me getting to the base, the root of the problem. Now I'm building on it, because I'm all about building on generational curses. I don't know how long the trucking industry this has been going on. I don't know. I'm just going off what I'm learning out here. So if I know that they're taking 1/3, and I'm trying to get 2/3, I know out the gate I gotta stick to one. That's why we talk about the dollar. We said the dollar because that was the going rate. Now we have a better understanding of that. So when we're starting to ask for more, depending on the region you're in and the region you're going to, all that different stuff factors in too. I'm just giving you the base of this one in this video so you can build on top of it if it works for you. This is what I'm finna do, because now I know I'm getting about 2/3 of the money. I know how to build on top of that to continue to find success. And so that's why I brought the load out here, because I did 2 parts to this, bringing this load out here. This is just the first one. That's why I say this second video is 2 parts to this research. That's in the next video. So yes, build on generational curses. It's kind of like we were saying early in the video, but yesterday for me, when we were talking about the difference between Fort Hood, Fort Cavazos, back to Fort Hood, like obviously people had a problem with the original base name because of stuff that happened in the past. So they broke stuff down, they went to the root cause, they changed the names, that's why it came Fort Cavazos. But now it's going back to supposedly Fort Hood, but the people that did Fort Cavazos that they built on, they fought, they got the name, but then a couple of years later, supposedly going back to something else. But that's building on generational curses. When you're trying to redo something that's either going on or something in the past and you're trying to make it better, not saying the base name is better, I'm not agreeing, disagreeing, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just using that to show the different ways that people build on top of generational curses. No different than me and my family. Like, you know, me and my wife retired, so my dad and his dad did certain things for him, and he pushed me in the direction of military. Me and my wife learned different stuff, pushed in each other different ways because we're trying to get better. And when they say break the curses, it's not that you're necessarily breaking them, you're learning from what you already went through to better yourself in the future, if that makes sense. So I don't look at breaking generational curses as a bad thing. I look at it as building generational curses, because you're taking that information that made the curse and now you're adding positivity on it to change the trajectory or the future that you're going into, so you don't repeat the cycle over and over and over again. So it's not like because when you learn something, it ain't like you forget it. You just store it in and you find better ways to do it. You can consider that breaking it. I just gotta call it building it. Tomatoes, apples, oranges, whatever you want to call it. That's just what I'm doing. Building on generational curses. So now, speaking on building, it's so funny because as I'm running around learning all this stuff and I'm telling y'all, of course I talk to my family all about this. I even think about boy too. He even mentioned to his mom one day, like, man, I might have to get a van. Shh, don't worry, bud. We working out here. We building on generational curses. We finna take it to another level. Even the oldest boy, he said, hey dad, whenever, because you know he doing his thing. I ain't mad at him. He's out there killing it in life. And he says, hey dad, if you ever ready for me to get in the van, let me know. Shh, calm down. We working on it. I just gotta figure some things out with your mom. That's what we doing. And we just sharing this journey with you. Now granted, I know everything I might say. Some people some people just don't even care. Some people might not agree. Not here for none of the debate. I don't know what you're going through and what you gotta do. I don't know your CPM. I don't know your cost of living. I don't know what's good for you, bad for you. I don't know none of that. I'm just being your test dummy and figuring things out, and I'm just sharing it with you along the way. I hope it helps you. If it don't apply to you, what they say, if it don't apply, let it fly. Whatever don't work for you that I'm doing, don't do it. That's why I told y'all all the time, watch all other YouTube content creators. Take a bit of piece from all of us. Put it all together. And if it works for you, because you put it works for you. Now what I'm doing, if it just happens to line with you and the blueprint is amazing and you can make it work all the way through and through, I'm just telling you what I'm learning. And what I'm learning is we finna build on this new generation of curse. And I got a second one, but that's for the next video, because I got pictures and all that we got to talk about. I got to still draw on stuff. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm finna get up out of here because I don't know where I'm going. I ain't decided yet. I'm gonna look at the board one more time, because you know your boy, I don't sit nowhere. And I had 2 lows. I only seen 2 Sprinter van lows pop up out of it. 2 lows that I can get that was for Sprinter vans. I said that backwards. 2 lows that I could possibly get. One, I couldn't get nobody, couldn't get hold of nobody, and eventually after calling and leaving messages, it fell off the board. And the second one, I wasn't going for the rate that he said. I just wasn't. Matter of fact, I got the email. I told him it was a load picking up here. I'll tell y'all that. Load picking up here that was going down to Del Rio, Texas. You know, we picked up there before, which was 425 miles. 425 miles. I originally told him 475, but he would guess he was getting busy, and he was like, somebody came back and was like, he got somebody between 350. He got one person for 350 and one person for 400. I told him, I'm not going below 425 because I know the 2/3 thing now. I'm not going below that dollar. You go ahead. And I told y'all before, I will leave it and let somebody else take it. That might be that place and that person that said $350. That might be what they need to pay a bill, to put food on the table. Don't know. I'm not knocking. I don't know they CPM, because remember I told you we close to Mexico. A lot of workers in this part of Texas come back and forth. So their CPM might be low because their cost of living is in Mexico versus in Texas. Don't know. It's not my job to figure it out. It's not my job to worry about somebody else's curses that they're building on. I can only worry about me and my family and the things that we are building on. So that might be a win for them, but it ain't a win for me. So I couldn't take it. I told you I would drive home before I take it, because one thing that's gonna happen, somebody else gonna win because it put something on their table. They might have to raise the money up for the bid for somebody else. I just know the numbers over here, and now I know the 2/3, boy. Based off of the majority of the research. It ain't always, it's not a definite, it's none of that. It's just the research I've done, the 2/3. So yeah, now that I know the 2/3, I'm gonna continue to build on that, and then I'm gonna give y'all that next video while I'm sitting here to tell you about the other thing, but that's gonna be in a whole nother video, because we just gonna sit and talk for a second. It ain't gonna be a load, we just gonna sit and talk about some things. But yeah, other than that, I'm not really finna get out of here, but I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get out of this video, because this video's over with. This load's over with. I not talk long enough, especially since I'm finna ramble on in a few minutes on the next video. So I'm about to get up out of here, fam, and start the next video so I can get rid of that, get done with that one. See if a load pop up. If not, I don't know where I'm going. But best believe when I find out where it is, you gonna be the first to know. I told y'all, baby, I'm out here like Carmen Sandiego. You never know where I'm gonna be. That might be too much for you young people. All you millennials out there with me, y'all, we know who Carmen Sandiego is. Let me do it like this. Whenever I find out where I'm going in my Dora and Diego to get that next bag, y'all should know what that one is. You'll be the first to know, fam. So either way, it's gonna be Carmen Sandiego, Diego, or it's gonna be Dora. Whenever that time comes to get this next bag, you're gonna be the first one to know. But until then, you get your bag, I gotta go find one, because your boy's out here naked. But until the next video, fam, y'all stay blessed.